Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Christopher Marc here, and I'm here with a good dear friend of mine, Saska. And so today we're going to be talking about holistic love and spirituality. And so, yeah, ask you this. So, like, when you um, on this journey that you're on now, like, how many people have you, uh, would you say, have you healed or helped?
Hmm, that's so difficult to answer because
Okay.
I don't believe that I have ability to heal anybody.
Okay.
I'm just there to help them, to kind of guide them into their own healing. So that's why I
Ah,
cannot answer to that question because all of them are healing themselves and it's a lifelong journey. I
right.
don't think they're ever going to stop healing.
So what do you
But
think it is? Like, you know how like you so you know how like some people use like maybe NyQuil if they are sick, or if they, use certain types of medicine, right? What type of medicine are you that allows for a person to begin their their healing process? Like, what would you say that you are like,
hmm,
and how you heal?
for me, the number one thing would be meditation. And I
Meditation.
think
You would be
that
meditating.
it is,
Wow, that's cool.
but meditation is such similar word to medication anyway. So for
Yeah.
me, that's my main meditation.
Okay.
Mm.
Are you an early morning person? Like, do you get up in the morning and meditate, or are you kind of like in the evening?
I'm morning.
So cool.
So do you meditate yourself?
I do. I do.
Hmm.
I meditate in the morning. Then I go to the gym, and then I try to get all of my stuff that I have to do but don't want to do out
Mm.
of the way. So that way, because I know once I get started with working, that's when things become overwhelming. Yeah, that's when things become overwhelming, like emails and responding, talking to my team. It's just a whole process. Yeah. So let me ask you this: like, when you meditate, uh, where does it take you?
So by that you probably mean what does it mean for me to get into that
Yeah, what does it
meditation?
mean for you? But like, like, you know how like so you're in this calm state.
Yeah,
Where does your mind go? Like, where does it go?
yeah. I really am not a big fan of trying to fight with my own thoughts and
Okay.
uh, to me, when I say to my own thoughts, go away, I really don't want you right now in my consciousness. I just want to have this peace and quiet and meditation.
Right.
It's almost as if I'm creating the war between myself and the thoughts.
Okay.
And that in itself cannot put me into that space of peace, into that mighty space. So it's not about me fighting them off and being completely silent. I'm actually embracing my thoughts and
Wow.
really allowing them to come in.
Okay.
And it's almost like I have this knowing that when I step into the meditative state, only beautiful, loving, divine thoughts will come in. It's almost like I have this enormous trust that that's what's going to take place. Nothing else can come in.
Wow.
And even if there is a negative thought, that negative thought somehow is there just to show me something. It's almost like a little lesson
Wow.
or a little obstacle on the way of life, right? That is teaching me something. It's helping me grow or overcome something. But yeah, I would definitely never commit a war with my thoughts because the whole idea is to just place myself in a space of peace, love, joy, happiness within. And there I'm in a meditative state. It's almost like I'm aligning with my true self,
Right.
which is love, and you as well, I'm sure. Like when you're meditating, what you really are doing, you're getting back into alignment with your true self, which is pure love.
Yeah, like every now and again I come across people, and I give them like this spiritual hug, And a lot of times, when people describe it, they're just like, their response after they're finished receiving it, they become really calm, but then they also get to this, like, they stare at me, but they stare at me like in a way where it was like they forgot what it felt like. They forgot that feeling, that genuine loving feeling. I know that's probably a song, but but yeah, it's they get overwhelmed, and then they hold on for a while. They hold on before, and so I just kind of stay there with them. I remember I had one person I gave a hug to, and she was paralyzed on one side of her body, and so when I hugged her after I was done, this is really scary, but after I was done, it was hard for me to talk. Like, it was hard, like my words were like, stumbling over each other. And it's kind of rare that happens, but yeah. And, but I also felt like I could feel the shift in my brain, like the energy that she was struggling with and going through, I absorbed it. And yeah, it was one of those weirdest moments for me of like, I guess that's the kind of the price that comes with healing. It's kind of like you sometimes wind up taking on certain people and their energies and stuff like that. Has that ever happened to you as far as like coaching and stuff?
Not really in that way where I would take somebody. I just, like, I going back to that trust.
Okay.
For me, that when I am in this space of, it's almost like when I'm coaching people, I get myself into that meditative state, and maybe even right now as I'm speaking to you. Right. But what you're describing to me, everything, giving them a hug and receiving that love back, I guess, as you're giving them love, you're receiving back from them.
Yeah, I'm absorbing all of their negative energy. But I know it might sound like, why would you do that to yourself? But it's not, it's giving them relief in that moment. And
sorry to interrupt.
Huh?
What do you get from it? By getting their
you know what? And I will say this, I think for me, I get to I get the chance to see them at peace. Like that for me is the most rewarding feeling, is to know that they, because I know how to like cleanse my energy, and I have a whole process of doing that. So I'm not really worried about that part. It's usually just seeing them at this place of like being at peace, feeling genuine love and feeling that's the fulfilling part for me.
Sometimes, how sometimes people are wondering, what's my purpose in life?
Right.
And I feel all of our purpose is so simple, and it's really that which you're just describing. So, for example, if you're really in this space of full love, that you're completely aware of the love within, and you have so much to give to others, it's just being in that space of loving yourself and having enough to give to others, you're in your purpose. Because you being in that space of self-love, you can notice how everybody around you is benefiting from you being in that space, because then you're able to give them that love, to take on their energy and love it, to hug them.
Yeah,
They can
Yeah.
feel that energetically.
Yeah.
Even the stranger probably on the street that passes you by when you're in that space of pure love can feel your love, and it's gonna carry it around, and that creates this ripple effect, right? So when I say
Yeah.
what's my purpose, my purpose is really just being myself enough so that I can then give it, to others as well.
Is there, in that journey of loving yourself, is it, what is the thing that you struggle with in that process of loving yourself? Like, is there something that you try to, like, is there something that is kind of always going to be a battle for you, but you also know it's your strength as well? You know what I mean?
So you mean that self-love for you right now
Yes.
means also like a battle with your own self?
Yeah.
You're not loving.
Yeah. I know for me, like, it's I struggle with thinking about myself. So I know, right? I know. So what I do is I have a checklist of things I have to do for myself, and I have to look at it as a way of, okay, let me make sure I do this so that I can be at a place to be able to give, right? But I think it's a struggle, because I think that's the part of like being a healer. It's like some people it's easy. It instantaneously they're like, hey, I got to do this for me. I got to do this. You know what I mean? But I think there's some people where, like myself, where that's you're struggling. Your struggle comes in because you're worried about, is everyone else okay? So that's the I guess the pros and the con, kind of the yin and yang of healing, right?
Yeah.
Does that happen to you or no?
Yeah. So that's like a whole topic. But when you are in that space of loving yourself so much,
Yeah.
and the problem with humans mostly is that they believe that somehow they're then creating separation between themselves and others, and then they're maybe not going to be, I guess, loving towards others is enough, or maybe they're selfish for loving themselves.
Yeah.
I'm focusing too much on myself, so how am I going to help another? Am I a bad person because of this?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's even related to what you just said, but it's quite contrary, right? If you're not loving yourself enough, and if you're really not in that space of love within yourself, how are you going to give it to another? And I know you've heard this a million times, and everybody else has. But it is really true, because you cannot create union from outside of yourself into you. The union starts from within, outside, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, if we're going outside of ourselves trying to create union, then we're actually creating separation between us and that something that is outside of us. So in order to create that union with others, it has to start with our own love, and then we're extending that love to others. And really allowing ourselves to see ourselves as one with another through that love. So if we are not loving ourselves and not starting from within, we're always going to be creating separation.
So you're creating, so what you're saying is that where there is no love within you, you're creating the separation towards everyone else. Like you're separating yourself slowly from everyone.
People are believing what the people are actually doing is, right, they're people pleasing. That is when you're trying to love yourself, love another outside of loving yourself. So anyway, when you're people pleasing, you're not doing it genuinely. You're doing it so that you can get love back.
Right.
And because you love you, so that maybe you're going to see me as a loving person. And then you're going to decide, okay, I'm going to love her back. And then that love back that I'm getting, I'm still getting it from the external.
You know what, and I've seen that. I think it's weird with me because I don't expect anything back. That's the part. That's the part about it. It's like, it's not like I'm this way because, okay, maybe you'll do this or that and this or that for me, right? It's more like, this is just who I am, right? And then it's just like, but I also understand that, you know, because for me, seeing people thrive and, you know, prosper on their own journey is the fulfilling part for me. But I also understand that the process of it is, you know, you have to reflect on yourself and reflect on, okay, how long can you do this? How long can you keep this up? How long can you continue to give and you're kind of depleting yourself, right? And so I think that's the part of it where, for me, that's the part of my journey. You ever watch a movie, right? And then all of a sudden something happens right in the middle of the movie, and then now you have to go back and figure out where you left off at. Mm-hmm. Some people are in that stage in their life where that cycle keeps repeating itself. Mm-hmm. And so the other part of their life requires help from a person who can understand and help them navigate through that next stage in their life. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's kind of like what you do. Like, you're meeting people who really stopped in the middle or really stopped at their limits. And then now you're helping to guide them the rest of the way, you know? But for me, it's more of, I think it's more of seeing the end result of what would happen if I don't do my part. Not saying I'm the end all be all, right? But if I don't contribute my part for what I can see, it's almost like for what you do. It's like what you contribute to someone is, it brings them all the way down here. Like, it's so calming and so like peaceful, and it brings them to this place where they're like, they can actually they can breathe. You allow people to breathe. That's what you like, how you
That's
to me.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that. But what I really feel like, I'm just helping people not even heal. I'm starting my spiritual journey even to dislike a little bit that word healing. Uh-huh. It almost implies that we are sick, that something is wrong with us. It's more like, yeah. But of course, vocabulary is so limited, we have to use that word. And but I would say it's more that I would love to say that I'm guiding people into their own awakening, to their own true self, which is pure love, yet is devoid of any type of pain, fear, suffering, struggle.
And you know, the thing about it is I think it's funny because I've talked to people all the time about this, about words and how words they have, you know, two meanings, right? So you can look at one word and say, technically this is the word that you're supposed to use, right? But then it's really, how does this word make me feel? Mm-hmm. What is the feeling that it's conveying? Because, you know, even if I'm like at a place where no, take your time.
Jeez. Sorry, go ahead. I was distracted for a moment.
No, you're fine. But it's like getting to that place where you understand like the importance of the word and what you're saying. And you're right. It's like people aren't, um, they're not necessarily sick. I think even though we use the word healing, um, it's you we take on so many people's problems that we start to become, we start what when it comes to the process of healing, it's more about you're kind of letting people know, okay, this is how you separate. This is not yours. Like this whatever you may have dealt with in a relationship or this or that and a third, it's not your fault. And I think that's what happens is like in that process, we're helping people to, and like you said, guiding them to a level of understanding that what is your responsibility? Like what is just this is just you. We take on so much and that's what really weighs people down. You have to allow people to give to you. Even if you might be like, I'm fine though, I don't need all this, but you have to, because in that process, how are you going to see the extent and the depths of your love if you don't see, if you don't allow it to be given back to you, right? And it comes through people, but yeah.
About placing yourself in a receiving mode.
Mm-hmm.
So this is gonna sound silly. I had this meditation, and I was convinced in meditation. I was told that when I love myself, then I just place my hand on my heart like this.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel the subtle love that I'm giving to myself. I have right there just placed myself in a receiving mode. Because even though I'm just receiving my own love.
Right.
So as I'm in that receiving mode, then I'm open up and I'm able to receive love from another. So the practice was I'm going to go with my day, constantly feeling that little bit of love that I'm giving to myself, and continue to look for proofs outside of myself of how am I being loved.
Yeah.
Even the stranger just smiling at me in the street, there it is. And I'm so loved. I received that smile. I'm receiving it.
Yeah.
And I was trying to see for how long can I allow myself to stay in that space of receiving love. It starts again with your own self.
Yeah.
And I think I managed to be there in there for 2 days, which is a long period of time.
Yes. Okay.
That's it. And I'm continuously step out of it, and then I'm trying to constantly get back to that space. I feel like right now as I'm speaking with you and we're talking about these beautiful things, as I'm coaching people, I'm immediately receiving.
Yeah.
And probably you're feeling the same. Right?
We're stopping like I said, we're stopping the flow of everything, because because it's like now, I want to put it like it becomes more about people giving to people and not receiving anything in return. But if you keep that process going of not receiving anything in return, then now you become, I don't know how to put it, you become like something that they worship, right? The goal. Now I know you probably look at it like, wait, what? Really? But you become that thing that they worship, because the goal is to feel like they are enough for you. Right? So if we deprive them of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when we say, hey, I'm fine. I don't, hey, this is all I have. I have a sandwich for you, or I have a bowl of soup, right? And we deprive this person of that. Now we're in this state of, okay, well, man, this person is just so above me, and they're, they don't need me at all, I have to continue to just give and improve myself to them and seek their validation. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, love is so powerful. And this is, the thing you have to keep in mind is like, it can be weaponized, right? In a sense of putting people back in an alternative state of where you try to heal them from. You see what I'm saying? So you have to be mindful of giving to them and receiving.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like if you don't create this beautiful flow of giving and receiving constantly, it's almost like you're breathing in, but you never want to breathe out.
Yeah.
The flow is essential.
It's essential.
The energy is constantly moving.
You just have to keep in mind, what are the basic things that you need, right? You need a place to take a shower, wash up, go to the bathroom. You need clothes, right? You need food. You need a way to transportation, right? And you need money to just go out and enjoy your life, right? In within reason. So once you really look at that, like if somebody was saying, hey, listen, I'm going to give you, $50,000 a month, right? Well, that's more than enough for you to be able to enjoy your life in the most fulfilling way with how life is today, right? But there's some people where it's like, nah, I need more than that. I need more of this. I need more. And it's like, you really don't, because what you're seeking is now you're trying to bury yourself in pleasure. That's what happens. You get people where they need more. Now you're burying yourself in pleasure.
By asking for more and more, like you're saying, burying yourself in pleasure, they're actually avoiding something deeper in themselves.
Yeah.
Where they're not feeling pleasure. And they have avoided that place where they're feeling the void and hoping that this another thing will fulfill that, but it never does. So that's why they're compensating for more and more and more.
Yeah. And this is, and that's the thing that comes with it. Yeah, it changes so many things for people, and it does. And I think that's even if you, because money is what it is. It's like, but it's really about what you do with it, who you are. I think staying connected to who you are, because that is really all it does is really, expound upon what's already there. If a person feels like they're insignificant, then they're going to prove to everyone that they are. If a person is simple, then they're going to make sure that everyone can enjoy a simple life. Right? So it's all about expounding upon who you are. That's all it does. Man, I didn't expect this to go the way that it did. It was great.
It's very nice. I really enjoyed it with you.
Yeah. So, but listen, everyone, this will be Saska. This is actually our interview, and hope you guys enjoy it. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.